What would make a prince, the son of a king, give away all his wealth, his horse, his clothes, and vanish into the desert forever? What voice could stop a man mid-hunt and reroute the entire course of his life? This is the true story of Ibrahim ibn Adham, the king who became one of Islam's greatest saints. Ibrahim ibn Adham was royalty. Born in the region of Balkh, modern-day northern Afghanistan, he was the heir to a kingdom, a life of luxury, power, and pleasure. One day, he went out hunting. He stirred up a fox or a rabbit and bolted after it, fully consumed by the chase. Then, a voice. Not from a person. Not from a visible source. A voice that pierced through everything. "O Ibrahim, were you created for this, or commanded to do this?" Ibrahim froze. Before he could recover, the voice came again, this time from directly behind his saddle bow. "By God, you were not created for this, and you were not commanded to do this." He dismounted right there. In that moment, Ibrahim ibn Adham's life split into before and after. He found a shepherd who worked for his father. He took the man's rough woolen shirt, put it on, and handed over everything, his horse, his weapons, his belongings. All of it, gone. Then he simply walked into the desert. No plan. No provisions. A prince turned wanderer. He eventually reached Mecca. There, he attached himself to two towering figures of early Islam, Sufyan al-Thawri and al-Fudail ibn Iyad, the latter himself a former highway robber turned ascetic. From Mecca, Ibrahim traveled to Syria, where he spent the rest of his life working with his hands, harvesting fields, guarding orchards, never taking what he didn't earn. But here's a moment many don't know. One day in the desert, a stranger taught Ibrahim the greatest name of God, the hidden name, the one by which prayers are instantly answered. After the man left, Ibrahim invoked God by that name. And immediately, a figure appeared. Al-Qadir, the eternal wanderer, the hidden teacher, companion of Moses. Al-Qadir told him, "My brother David has just taught you God's greatest name." David, the prophet Dawood, peace be upon him. Ibrahim ibn Adham had been taught by a prophet, and his teacher was verified by Al-Qadir himself. Years later, Ibrahim was in Mecca, watching a man circling the Kaaba. He gave him advice that has echoed through the centuries, a roadmap for the soul. He said, "You will not reach the rank of the righteous until you have climbed 6 mountain peaks. First, shut the door of pleasant life, and open the door of hardship. Second, shut the door of self-glorification, and open the door of humility. Third, shut the door of quiet, and open the door of self-exertion. Fourth, shut the door of sleep, and open the door of vigil. Fifth, shut the door of wealth, and open the door of poverty. Sixth, shut the door of hope, and open the door of readiness for death." This wasn't a call to misery. It was a call to reality. To wake up before life wakes you the hard way. Ibrahim once worked as a guard in a vineyard. A soldier rode up and demanded grapes. Ibrahim said, "The owner forbade me." The soldier lashed him with his whip. And Ibrahim? He lowered his head and said, "Beat this head, for it disobeys God often." The soldier couldn't continue. The man who would have once had a soldier executed for such insolence now absorbed the blow as a reminder of his own faults. That quiet response broke something in the soldier. He stopped, and he left. Sahl ibn Ibrahim, his companion, fell ill. Ibrahim spent every wage he had on caring for him. When Sahl craved food, Ibrahim sold his donkey, his only means of transport, and spent all its cost on feeding his friend. When Sahl recovered and asked, "Ibrahim, where's the donkey? What will I ride?" Ibrahim replied, "On my neck, my brother." And he carried him for 3 way stations. 3 entire stops on the journey, on his back. This is a man who once rode the finest horses, now becoming the mount for his ailing friend. Ibrahim ibn Adham became legendary for his scrupulous care over what he consumed. He said, "Watch carefully what you eat, and then there will be no harm for you in not staying awake during the night or fasting during the day. His most frequent prayer was, "O God, remove me from the disgrace of disobedience to you, to the glory of obedience to you." And when someone complained that meat had become expensive, Ibrahim answered simply, "Make it cheaper." Meaning, don't buy it. When something is too expensive, let it go. Then it becomes cheap for you, because you no longer need it. As he said, when something becomes too expensive for me, I abandon it. Therefore the more expensive it becomes, the cheaper it is for me. Ibrahim ibn Adham heard a voice in the middle of a hunt that asked him the ultimate question. What were you created for? He answered with his whole life. The question isn't just his. It's yours. It's mine. What are you chasing? And has it ever paused long enough to ask you, were you created for this? If this story moved you, leave a like, subscribe, and share it with someone who needs to hear that voice. Until next time, walk the path.